Good morning. My name is Delvin Jordan, or DJ. So I had two goals. My first goal was pretty much research and learn about education, different technologies, teaching and learning strategies, which would better benefit me going forward as a leader or a part of an admin team. So the first thing I wanted to do, I actually wanted to read more literature and dive into scholarship concerning learning and teaching. So by doing this and looking at different works, I was able to better understand how pretty much how kids learn, different learning methods, and then by teaching. So teachers have to understand that in teaching there are different ways to teach because every student learns differently. So by looking at scholarship, I was able to better understand and learn about different learning and teaching techniques. I also talked to some teachers in my department, and I got their opinion on learning and teaching. And pretty much, it changes every single year. You kind of have to learn the culture of the school and the culture of the environment or community to understand how kids learn in that area. Pretty much, my principals and admin team said the same thing. I mean, each school is different. You have to just learn that school and learn how those kids learn and how you can teach those kids. But there's many different methods. You just have to find out what best works for you and that school. My second goal was pretty much to look at instructional leadership. So how can I lead my school, or how can I in my classroom become a better leader, an instructional leader? So I actually talked to a few people. I talked to my department also about instructional leadership, and it pretty much just goes back to how much information do you know and how can you broadcast this information to your class using different resources and outlets. So thinking about instructional leadership, so for how to get it to become better throughout your school or throughout your community, you have to have professional development, or you have to sit down and talk to people, and you can share resources, you can talk to people, or you can just simply go to your principal and they can help you out as well. So instructional leadership, pretty much you have to have a community, use all your resources and use the people inside the building to help you get better at this, or you can do your own research and figure out what works best for you. It's kind of up to you in that situation. And then some of my biggest takeaways from this class, when I looked at the lesson learned by the Batil, that article was actually pretty good to me. The biggest takeaway I had was the communication aspect. So when we think about communication, you have to be able to communicate with all teachers, all staff members, the whole admin team, and the stakeholders inside the school. So when you have stakeholders who are investing in the school and the community investing in the school, everyone has to be on the same page. There has to be some type of mission or vision that you'll incorporate, and you keep telling and preaching to these people and the students over and over and over again. So communication and being on the same page was a big aspect for me. Also, the diversity article. So as diversity grows, so must we. America's changing every single day. So when we think about diversity, teachers have to be diverse in their curriculum and their instructional methods to make sure they identify or outline with different diverse cultures and diverse students throughout the classroom. Each student has gone through different things or experienced different things, and you have to be able to instruct them through their experiences and kind of teach and guide them through different experiences based on their culture or their diversity. So teachers have to be diverse in their curriculum and they're diverse in their delivery to reach different students. All students do not learn the same. So that was pretty big for me. So as diversity grows, so must we. Teachers have to be diverse. I thought the common formative assessments article is good because I know we look at data a lot throughout education, but how can we assess data if they're not looking at it or examining the same test? So teachers can have different teaching methods and teaching resources, but the assessments need to be the same for us to better understand and correlate the data. Data to drive and improve instruction. Yes, I know teachers and some admin teams do not like data, but data is the only way that we can actually act. Sorry, my video got cut off. So what I was saying, so data to drive and improve instruction. So for us to actually see data and see how we can improve instruction, we have to have data so we can see how it correlates and how it keeps us going to better educate the students. We have to have a baseline for us to go forward to keep improving data. So you have to have data to drive and improve. You have to have some type of baseline so you can improve the data. And then finally, the biggest article for me was, do believe that they can learn. That was a huge article because you have to believe in the students. Students know when you don't believe in them, you have to actually invest in the students. So when you invest in the students and you tell them every single day that they can achieve, and you give them resources and things to work at, and you believe in them, it is tremendous. Like, students will work much for a teacher who actually believes in them, because all students can learn. We just have to get it out of them. So that was the biggest article for me, and I will keep taking that information forward, because I know that if I believe in my students, that they will achieve and they will work for me. And then I will also use common assessments moving forward. And then also I will continue to force my teachers, when I become an admin or a leader in the school, to be diverse in their delivery and diverse in their education. All right. Thank you. You have a good day.